Okay, are we live? I think we're live. Hopefully this is going to go a bit better than the stream I did the other day, where I did an 1.5-hour stream and YouTube cut it down to a 6-minute video. So I'm hoping this is going to go a little bit better. I'm going to keep an eye on the chat over here, so if anybody's watching and wants to post in the chat, I will keep an eye on it. I grabbed some lunch and I thought I would do some refactoring of my site, and thought it would be a good chance to have another go at doing a stream. So those who don't know, I did a talk last month or the month before, whenever WordCamp Bristol was. I did a talk on Tailwind CSS, and the video for this has just been put online on WordPress TV. Here it is. I keep a list of all my talks on my website and all the slides and all the videos. So I want to add them. I want to add this video to that list of talks, and I'm going to do that. I need to do some refactoring in order to do that. So I thought this would be a good chance to jump into some Sculpin and jump into Twig a little bit. So this is the page as it stands right now. So it explains a little bit about the talk that I did, and there are some slides. I'd like to put the video down here. If I open up just another talk, we should see most of the other ones have videos on them. This one, for example, from Drupal Camp London. If I scroll, we have slides, and then we have a video. And this one's coming from YouTube. I think pretty much all the videos on my site are on YouTube, apart from one. I think the very first talk I did is on Vimeo. The difference being for the WordPress one, it's on wordpress.tv, although there is an embed code somewhere. So there's an embeddable iframe that I can use, which is pretty much how the YouTube and the Vimeo ones work anyway. Currently though, my site isn't set up to use VideoPress, so I'm gonna add that in. And if you have a look at, this is the code for my website, and this is the talk. So this is where I'm specifying the slides. If I take a look at having fun, what's it called? It's easier if I just go through this way. Drupal.org APIs. Drupal. Any of them. That's not. That's fine. Okay, so this one you can see that there's a YouTube video, and it's keyed by YouTube, and then there's an ID, and then within a partial talk video, it's looking at whether it's a YouTube video or a Vimeo video, and building up the iframe using the correct embed code. So this is what we're going to need to update to get the WordPress talking. What I think I'd like to do is make this a little bit more agnostic. So what I'd like is to be able to put video rather than YouTube, make this a little bit bigger, and then maybe put type. And let me just go back to this. This is VideoPress. I'm just going to grab this embed code for reference and call this VideoPress, and then maybe there specify the ID, which is going to be this. And then likewise I could do the same for YouTube or Vimeo. So that's what I'd like to do. Currently that's not going to do anything, but I'm just going to make that work. And there's going to be an opportunity to do some refactoring in that file as well. So I think for now let's just get it working and then do some refactoring. Got maybe half an hour or something left of lunch, so let's see how we can do this. So yeah, this is how I wanted to work on the talk page side. Again, let's just show how this works. Sculpin has content types, So Sculpin kernel, I've got a talk content type, and that then uses this talk layout. So this is all using Twig, so this should be familiar to anybody who's using Drupal or Symfony. This is one reason why I like Sculpin, because I could learn Twig prior to Drupal 8 coming out, and I've sort of stuck with it since. We're going to include a talk video partial, which is in here. I like keeping these partials quite small, just for maintainability and readability. And this is the file that we just saw. So right at the top, the actual page gets passed through as this page object. So this essentially is the talk. So right now we're not getting anything in here because we're not matching that condition. So let's just add another one that says page.video. And hopefully we should see something changing. There should be a watcher hopefully running. Yep, there's the watcher that's running for the Sculpin website. So behind the scenes it's going to recompile these pages as we make changes, hopefully pretty quickly. Sometimes it can take a little while based on what I've changed. Hopefully that's not going to be a problem. Okay, and we can see there's a video title there now. That wasn't there before. And I think for now I'm just going to duplicate this, although this is going to be something I'm going to want to change. I think 2 seemed a little bit icky, but 3 I think is going to be, we're going to change that. So what I'm going to do for this is, let's just get it working for now, and then we can refactor. This is the source, just grab that. Source equals, and then page.video.id. So we're not actually using the type anywhere yet, but we will do it in a minute. That might work. Actually, let's put the type in here, video press. And see how that works. So we're building behind the scenes. We've also got another tab changing here. That's browser sync. We don't need that running right now. In fact, we can stop that watching. Okay, so we've got the video in. That was pretty straightforward. Happy with that. I would like to tidy up some of this code though. As I said, having 3 else ifs is not ideal. So what I think I'm going to do, what I'd like to do after this is go back and update the existing talks. So maybe any of these that have IDs. Of course, I need to find one now. YouTube, yeah. So again, I'd like to go back afterwards and change these to be type YouTube. But for now, let's just make it work in such a way that it's going to work for the new videos and the old videos. And I'll go back and tidy those up later on. So what I think I'd like to do is get rid of all these else if statements because they're all pretty much the same. There's some extra allow full screen attributes in here. The height and width I don't think we really need because they're being overridden with CSS anyway. The only thing that's really going to change is this source path. So I think we can just have one iframe and just change the source dynamically. So what I'm going to do first of all is move, I think, just this condition down here. And then slowly just take away this, and this is fine, but this is again not the final solution. Got a better way in mind that we'll get to shortly, assuming we have time. So let's sort out this indenting, and then they don't need to be offset anymore. And now we should be able to hopefully just get rid of all of those other iframes. Why does my indentation look a bit weird? What's going on here? That's fine. We don't need that if anymore. So hopefully that's going to still work. So we've now just got one iframe and we're just swapping out the source attribute. So let's just reload that page. And let's see, hopefully this stays the same. And maybe let's get one of the YouTube ones up as well. We'll just check that we haven't broken anything on the YouTube one. It's going a little bit slow. There we go. Sometimes it takes a little while to compile for me. I think it's because I've got lots of partials and lots of things split out in different places. It takes a bit of time for Sculpin to compile those all back together. So this one is YouTube, that's still working, so that's nice. And then also this is still working, so that's cool. So that's a little bit better. We've only got one iframe now, but we still have all these if statements within here, which is still not ideal. What I think I'd like to be able to do is use a macro, which I always need to remember how to do. So video source, I think it's like this, source. And this will be a nice place just to contain this bit of logic and make this a little bit easier. So let me just pull up the documentation on Twig macros, just in case, again, I can just review it quickly and anybody who hasn't seen it before gets to see it. But they're essentially little helpers to go at the top of templates, and you can then just pass arguments in to them, almost like functions, but they don't sort of return anything. You just have to echo it back out again at the end. So while we're here, I'm going to grab this line because you need to import them as well. So I'll do that at the moment. We're going to import video source. I'm going to import it from self so we have access to it. In fact, if we just put something in there, do we then see that? Let's just do a really quick check here. Hopefully you'll see something, literally see something. Come on, Sculpin. We don't see it there. I'm never sure whether macros output things in the way I think they're going to. Let's just assume that's going to be right for now and move on. So I'm keeping an eye on the time. So what I'm thinking we're going to be able to do is use that here, video source, and that can be responsible for figuring out the source. We can pass through the whole page in that case. Let's just cut and paste all of these. Maybe for now again, let's just keep these the same, and let's pass through the page here. So if this works, this will make this a lot cleaner, and I'll be happier with that. And again, if this works, I've got another sort of idea how we can clean this up a little bit more. So let's see how if this is still working once we recompile. The video is something is not found. I've broken something. Page. Something isn't right here. Let's just have a quick look in DevTools, video full. Video source page. We're importing it, we're using it here, we're passing through the whole page, which is the talk, which is there. I'd have thought this would do something. What haven't I done here? Just give it a quick reload to make sure it's now full screen. Definitely imported it. Let's check there's no errors happening over here. I've got a helpers file which I can use just to rebuild or restart the watcher. Let's make sure that's not giving any errors. Nothing yet. It's compiled, okay. Let's give it another reload. Something I'm missing. Macro. Pages, YouTube. Page of videos of type is like I've expected that to have put out something. I think I've got multiple sources in here. So I've got source equals there, and I've also got source equals up here. So let's take those out, and these ones. And that seems that might be better. Excuse me. Yeah, I've got about 10 minutes left, so hopefully this is going to start working, and then we can start looking at the solution I'd like to get to, which would make it a little bit nicer again, I think, in my opinion. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it helps if you don't duplicate all the attributes. Let's make sure that the YouTube one is working as well. Nice. Okay, so I think that's the last thing. I'm much happier with the way this now looks. And I like having it all encapsulated at the top of the page. I think that's much nicer. So with a view towards doing the eventual refactoring, like I said, eventually I'd like them all to have a video type. But for now, obviously they don't. So what I'm going to do, I think, is sort of fake it for now as a way to keep compatibility with the way they currently work. And I can tidy this up again later on. But for now, What I think I'd like to be able to do is be able to have an object of sort of source URLs and then key these based on the type. So you have YouTube, Video Press, and then Vimeo. And what you can then do is store these with their corresponding keys. And Vimeo. Something like that. And then do sort of like a return. So I think what we're going to want to use is something like source URLs and then page.talk.type. So that will be YouTube, Video Press, or Vimeo. That will give us then the URL that we want to use. Then I'm going to concatenate on the / that we just took off, and then add page.video.id. And that will hopefully give us back the full URL. This should hopefully still work for the for Video Press, because it's in the new format. It's going, I expect it to break for YouTube because we don't have the video type in there. But let's just double check it's working for Video Press still. And it's not. That's a shame. Let's see. Source. No, it doesn't let me commenting these out. It doesn't look very happy up there. Let's just see. I was hoping this one would still work. I was expecting the YouTube one to break. I was hoping this would still work. Got another not found. Let's see what's going on here. What haven't I returned back? Page.talk.type. Page.talk doesn't exist. Page.video.type. Helps I put in the right keys. In fact, page in this case sort of is talk. To be a bit more contextual. Because page is the generic page. I'd rather call it a talk there. I've actually got my WordCamp water bottle today as well, so let's see, got about 5 minutes left, 5 or 6 minutes left. So if this still works, that's good. Happy with that. So the new format should be working. This is going to blow up because this doesn't conform to the new format yet. What I think I would like to do then is set this to be that way. So if talk.youtube, and if that, let's then do a set. Let's say video ID is going to be talk.youtube.id. And we can also set the type. It's YouTube. So it's just a way of us almost setting temporary variables in the top there. Let's do the same for Vimeo. I'll be fine. Again, once I update all the existing talks, this won't be an issue. I can get rid of this bit of code then altogether. And let's let's then do video press as well. Video type is video press, and talk.video.id. So that's this talk to video type. That stays the same, and then video type is then going to use the one that we've set here, and then video ID is going to use the one set there as well. So hopefully that is going to work. Come on, Sculpin. I've got 3 minutes. Go back to work. Not found. That's not what I wanted to see. If talk.youtube, video type is YouTube, video ID is talk.youtube.id. That seems right. YouTube video type /ID. It seems like it should be right. It's obviously not, because it's erroring, but it seems like it should be. Source is equal to, what's with the spaces? These lines here are obviously not helping. See if I can just click them and change it, but I don't think I can. Oh, no, I can. Okay. Let's see if I just take that out. Does that help? No. We also need a slash. Yeah, so that source is wrong. That source is wrong. Okay, refresh again. Maybe it's just a false alarm. Let's see, we're still building. That's good. Come on, Sculpin, we've got 1 more minute. I'd like to get this video on my site so people can take a look. Yeah, I did the same talk at BlueConf last Friday as well, which was pretty good. I really like Tailwind. I've used it a lot over the last year and a half, including on this site. And let's see, hopefully this works. That doesn't work. Video press. Talk.video.id. That's what's going on here. Nothing. Video type. Talk.video. Yeah, it's not keyed. So that would make sense if this was video press. That would have worked, but it's not. So actually, in this case, we could do talk.video.type. That would do the same thing. Right, hopefully 1 more reload and we're done. He says, hopefully. And hopefully this records properly this time. it video again this time. Okay, let's put some spacing in here. I think that's just Twig. I can fix that later on, but the video is loading, so that's great. Let's check this one. So this is YouTube. Please still work. Nice. And I just remember which one is the Vimeo one. I think it's right at the bottom. What is this Drupal thing? Yeah, and that's loads too. So that's cool. Let's just sanity check this. If we took this out and made this something random, this should break everything. Come on, reload. Yeah, so that broke stuff. That was expected. So I'm confident now that that's doing the right thing. Arguably, I don't need these height and widths anymore because part of my video full component is stretching everything. This I'm going to clean up later on, so I'll put to do clean up once videos have been added to talks properly. And then likewise, we can do this as well. So cool. All right, I better get back to work. I'll get this published and get the video on my site shortly. If you want to learn more about Tailwind, check out the talk once it's online, or feel free to hit me up on Twitter if you have questions. Hopefully the stream has gone a bit better than the last one did in terms of the recording. Again, any feedback, comments on YouTube, or follow me on Twitter, that would be cool. And I'm gonna, assuming this all goes well, I'll re-record my last Tailwind one that I did for the PHP Southwest group, and hopefully we'll get a better result the next time. So cool. Thanks very much everyone for watching, either live or later on, hopefully. Cheers. Bye bye.